I make just $5,000 a month. Yet I landed company a $40 million deal.
Miss Florence, if you hadn't spotted that breach clause written in German, we wouldn't have closed this $40 million deal today.
Myriad has been hiding a real talent.
Would you be interested in joining Far Reach? Our company needs someone like you. I can offer a starting annual salary of $1 million.
I'm fluent in 8 languages: English, German, and French. Japanese, Korean, Spanish, Arabic, and Russian, but my resume only says Advanced English Certificate.
Thank you all for your hard work this past year. Looking ahead, we'll stand together through it all. Make history again. Next year, everyone here who understands this German sentence. I'll double check the final reservation changes.
I understood it.
Feng Shui. Did you understand it?
No, I don't speak German.
True. You only speak English and make just $5,000 a month. That's just pathetic.
I told it had nothing to do with me.
Snow, you understood what Mr. Rivers said in German, didn't you? Why didn't you raise your hand?
Quit it. Don't stand out.
Are you out of your mind? You make $5,000 a month. After the raise, it'll be $8,500. The dump you rent doesn't have decent heat.
Nice move, Mr. River. Only few on the German team can understand it. It's for the core team. A raise, while everyone else thinks you're just making empty.
If you're going to make empty promises, make them sound classy. Do it in German, so I look in.
Yeah.
A junior translator like Faye is only worth $5,000 a month. Who are we sending to negotiate the Far Shore Group project next week? Sharon. His German is the best. Mr. Su from Far Shore is said to be tough. Last time he worked with Yada, he cursed their translator out of the meeting room. Faye, bring me the proofread English contract from last week tomorrow.
Yes, Mr. He. A 30,000-word English contract. I fixed 47 mistakes in the original translation by Roland Shaw, but the proofread copy won't. Don't show my name. Only say, proofread by the translation department. Roland Shaw never knew I revised his translation. He thinks he's so good.
Fiona, did you hear?
Hear what?
Roland Shaw is going to discuss Far Reach Group's project next week.
I heard.
Do you know who Fairreach's Mr. Hayes is? Julian Hayes, 32. President of Far Reach Group. Ranked 98th nationwide on Forbes last year. They say he speaks 5 languages and has a terrible temper. Last time, he replaced Pinnacle's entire translation team.
What does that have to do with me?
Think Lauren Shaw can't handle it?
Even if she can't, it's none of my business.
Come on, you're just too good at putting up with things.
This should really be handled by the Spanish team. But Ethan Zhang from the Spanish team took the day off today. Face no. Didn't you say you took some Spanish electives in college? This supplier quote sheet. Just translate it as best you can.
I did tell him I took some electives, but I actually lived in Madrid for 2 years. Spanish is my 4th native language. I finished it in 15 minutes. I left in 2 mistakes that wouldn't matter. So it looked like the work of someone who only took a few electives.
Face no. Sort through these English files for me. I need to prepare for Far Shore's project next week.
That's not my job.
Why not? You're in translation. I'm team lead. I assign work. Got a problem?
She was promoted to team lead last month. She manages the English and German teams.
Fine, no problem. Think you can get away from me? There's a department meeting tomorrow to discuss the Far Shore project plan. You don't need to attend. You handle basic proofreading. A project this big is beyond you.
I know. I heard it in the break room.
Why does he get to talk to you like that?
I'm used to it.
Can't you talk back?
And then what? He's the team leader.
If you showed him languages, what kind of team leader would he be?
I don't want to.
What are you so afraid of, Snow?
What am I afraid of? I don't know. Being noticed. Maybe having my past dug up. People looking at me with pity. You're the girl whose parents died in a car crash. The diplomat's daughter. My dad was a diplomat. My mom was a conference interpreter. I grew up following them. We moved through 7 countries. Language talent is in my blood. But they died in a car crash 5 years ago. Don't want to stand out because of that. And I don't want people digging up background to pity me. I just want to quietly be a low-level translator. Earning a fixed salary, rent a small place and keep a cat. Little fish, I fixed 47 more mistakes for Sharon today, and she still has no idea. A monthly salary of $5,000 in this city. After rent, utilities, and cat food, there's barely anything left each month. Hello? Speak to Ms. Snow? Speaking.
I'm attorney Wong from Harmony Law Firm. Regarding the overseas assets your parents left behind, we need documents. Come sign the papers at our firm.
Miss Fong, parents' account in Seoul City.
No, Attorney Wong. Stop calling. It's nothing important. Su Jichuan is fluent in German and Hindi. His assistant team includes French and Japanese interpreters. We're discussing supply chain cooperation in the Middle East market. They'll handle the Arabic parts. We just need to coordinate the German and English.
Are you confident?
I studied in Germany for 3 years. Business negotiations are easy for me. Rose Allen's German is pretty good. She's fine with everyday conversations. But I've reviewed her previous translations. Her business German has one fatal flaw. She likes literal translations and ignores formality levels in German letters. Forget it. It's none of my business. It's all sorted out. Everything has been organized according to the standards.
It'll do.
Rylan, Far Shore side moved it up. Julie and Sue arrives tomorrow afternoon. Are you ready?
It's been moved up? I've reviewed the materials. No problem.
Good. Take someone with you tomorrow for on-site interpreting.
I'll take Harold Zhang. His German is good too.
Harold Zhang is still on leave.
Come with me tomorrow.
Me? I only speak English.
Just take notes and serve the tea. I'll handle the professional stuff.
Him?
Don't worry, Mr. He. With me here, he's just there to make up the numbers.
So that was that. I was dragged into Yuan Zhou Group's business negotiation as an assistant.
You two from Global International?
I'm Shin Rulan, head of the translation department. My assistant, Feng Shui.
I didn't correct her.
Mr. Su, someone's here to see you. Please wait a moment. Mr. Su is still in a meeting.
Faye. When you go in, sit to the side and take notes. Don't talk out of turn or make sound. Understand?
Understood.
Also, when you address Mr. Su, use sir. Don't let your eyes wander. People at his level hate unprofessional behavior most.
Okay, I'll remember that.
Ms. Shin. Mr. Su wants you upstairs.
32, about 6'1". He has a cold look, not the kind you can fake. He's genuinely cold.
Sit. In German, at our last meeting, in 3 places in the summary, the Southern Tariff data in German was marked as 2024 data. It's already 2026. What does that mean?
Mr. Su, proposal was a first draft.
I asked in German. Please answer in German. I don't want to waste time translating back and forth.
In German, this is just the first draft. In German, we'll update the data.
Update? Has anyone reviewed changes to Articles 3 and 7 of the 2026 EU import rules and new US tariff regulations? Do you know that?
I do. That English background file mentioned the policy change. I flagged it in the summary. But Roshan didn't carefully read my summary.
I still need to verify that.
Didn't you look into it beforehand?
You
You used wrong formal German 3 times. I let the first slide. I let the second one slide, but the third time. Do you know what it means to keep using the wrong formal address in a business setting? It means either you don't respect me or you're not good enough. Which is it?
Mr. Su. I'm very sorry.
If this is Universal International's level, I'll consider finding another partner.
This has nothing to do with you. You're just here to fetch coffee.
This is Multitude's biggest deal this year. If we lose it, layoffs could come by year's end. The first to go would be low-level translators like me. In German, Mr. Grant, please give us 5 more minutes.
He speaks German too?
Who is this?
My name is Fiona Snow. I'm entry-level at Multitude's translation department.
Entry level?
Just an assistant. You know, coffee runs and all.
5 minutes. You're very good at your job.
You said you only spoke English.
English is what I mainly use at work.
What you did wasn't just English. Your German is better than mine. Where did you learn Arabic? It's nowhere on your resume.
Team lead Sam, we saved the project, didn't we?
You did that on purpose. You hid your skills and waited for a chance to show off. You think impressing Ethan Hayes will get you somewhere? Back at the company, you're still entry level.
How did the negotiation go? Did Sharon Shin mess up?
The project is safe.
How did save it? Wasn't he? Wait, was it you?
We'll talk when we get back.
Fei Fong, you finally made your move.
I don't want the spotlight. But I don't want to lose my job either.
Mr. Crane. Fei Snow spoke out of turn at negotiation. She completely ignored the company's chain of command.
Did we save the project?
Yes.
But
That's it. The Far Arc deal is worth 40 million. If it had fallen through yesterday, the whole translation department would be out of work.
Mr. Crane. She deceived the company. His resume only lists English, but he clearly speaks German fluently. Does that count as resume fraud?
Did he say he doesn't speak German?
She never said so outright, but on his resume.
Whatever languages are listed on a resume are the only languages you speak? I haven't listed golf on my resume either. Does that mean I can't play? Enough. Get back to work.
her face told me, this isn't over yet.
Faye, how good is your German, really?
Not bad.
At UN's meeting yesterday, I heard you spoke fluent German the whole time, and even used Arabic.
Just everyday level.
Everyday level? Do you know the company would pay at least 250 grand a year for a multilingual interpreter like you?
I'm fine with my current salary.
Fine. Come to the meeting room at 2 p.m. for follow-up on the Distant Voyager project. We need you involved.
Mr. Lay. Distant Voyager project is my responsibility.
You'll stay in charge, but Snowfawn will join the follow-up. That's Mr. He's decision.
Snow Fong, are you happy now?
Team leadership.
You were just what? You think one little moment in the spotlight yesterday puts you on my level?
I didn't mean it like that.
I've been with this company for 7 years. I worked my way up from intern to team lead. Who do you think you are? A sneaky little liar. Just you wait.
I heard Roxanne Stone chewed you out in the office. Why didn't you talk back? You're taking it well. Oh, right. I heard Julian Frost from Far Horizon called Mr. Hayes this morning. He specifically asked for you to handle translation for the follow-up project.
Specifically?
Yes, he asked for you by name. Rebecca Shaw must be furious.
Mr. Su at Far Horizon specifically asked for you to handle the follow-up translation. Starting today, you're temporarily assigned to the Far Horizon project team,
Yes, Mr. Hayes.
but your position is still entry-level. Your salary stays the same. We'll review it after the project is over.
Okay.
Farshore's supply chain project has 3 phases. We settled the framework yesterday. Next come terms and contract translations. All documents need Chinese, English, and German. So, can you handle all 3 language versions at once?
Yes.
All 3 languages. Resume only lists English. Her German level is unknown. What if something goes wrong?
Yesterday's negotiation showed her skills. Any other questions?
You're translating fast. Worried about mistakes?
No.
You'd better pray you don't make any mistakes.
Finally, it's done.
Everything exceeded expectations. Face no. What have you been doing these past 3 years?
Oh. Hello?
Hello, Fiona Snow.
This is Ethan Fog River. Mr. Fog River, what is it?
That 62-page file you translated today. I looked it over.
Is there a problem?
It's the best I've seen in nearly 3 years. For accurate German business translation, you're overqualified for an entry-level role.
Current position is entry level.
I know. Far Voyage has a meeting tomorrow afternoon. I need an Arabic interpreter.
Should go through the company.
Can you come?
Okay. Sure. Your master may be exposed.
They're here. You may need to interpret between Arabic and Chinese today.
Yes, Mr. Su. If Rulinshan were here, she'd probably ask where I learned Arabic. The answer is, I lived in Kaisui for 1.5 years and shared a place with an Egyptian diplomat's daughter for 6 months.
Is your company's proposal ready?
Our proposal is ready.
They said that if we won't cut the price by 20%, they'll switch suppliers. They said privately. Then we'll switch suppliers.
Considering our long-term partnership, we're willing to offer a more flexible plan. We'll give you a discount every year.
On paper, this offer looks lower than he expected. but the actual return is even higher than the original plan.
You understand Arabic too?
A little.
More than a little. You heard what he said to the interpreter just now. And it reminded me.
I just thought. This information could help negotiation.
If it weren't for your warning, we would have lost at least 8 million on this deal today. Snowfong, how many languages do you speak? How many languages do you speak?
English, German, French, Japanese, Korean, Spanish, Arabic, and Russian.
You speak 8 languages.
Yeah.
At Wanzhong, you make monthly salary of 5,000.
Yeah.
Do you think that's fair?
It's my choice.
I can offer a starting salary of 500,000 if you're willing to head international business department. No cap.
Mr. Su, thank you for your offer. I'm not looking to switch jobs right now.
Right now.
Yes. Right now.
You can always change your mind.
These kinds of business cards are usually only given to people who need to know who you are. What are you doing?
I saw your computer was still on when I walked by.
I turned it off when I left.
You went to Farshore again today. Ethan asked you to go, didn't he?
It was for the project.
What project? Your resume doesn't say Arabic. What else have you been hiding from me?
Team lead Sam, what did you see on my computer?
I didn't see a thing.
What's in there? Just some translation practice. Quick translations in French, Japanese, and Korean. Just stuff I do for fun when I'm bored. If she sees these...
Snowfong, what did you go to Far Prefecture for? Orchid Shin went nuts in the office all afternoon. She went through your computer.
I know.
You know. Why didn't you tell her?
Tell her what? There's no proof.
You're really... Forget it. I heard something today. Do you want to hear it?
Go on.
I handle expense reports and admin. Over 6 months, Ruolanjin met Phasia about appointments and Hong Fei Lei about work, 17 times. Every time, it was at the resort hotel west of town. Think about it.
This has nothing to do with me.
Of course it does. Ruolanjin is the kind of person who'll do anything to get what she wants, and she's petty. She didn't go through your computer today just for fun. You need to watch out.
But I had a feeling. What was coming would come sooner or later.
The company found that some employees hadn't truthfully listed their skills when they were hired. All employees must update their profiles. Any concealment or false claims will be treated as a company policy violation. That email was aimed right at you.
Of course I know. When Sharon was going through my computer, she found translation exercises. She must have gone to see Raymond. This email is simple. To force me to admit I withheld information. Then use that as grounds to discipline me.
Fiona Snow. You saw that email, right?
I did.
Are you planning to update your resume?
I'm still thinking about it.
I'd suggest you do it soon. If they find out you withheld it, that changes things.
Thanks for the heads up, Captain Shin.
Don't mention it.
Anytime. If you can't stay there anymore. Anytime.
It hasn't come to that.
Miss Vaughn. Sorry to bother you. There's also a property in Munich.
Attorney Wong.
Yes.
I said I don't want it.
Then, Ms. Fong.
Help me find an international charity fund. Donate it all. If signing is needed, send the papers over. I'll sign them. 4.7 million Swiss francs. That's about 37 million Chinese yuan. Plus the property in Munich. It's nearly 50 million. I live on 5,000 a month. And keep a cat. My parents left an inheritance of nearly 50 million. But I won't take it. Every cent of that money carries traces of their final journey. On their way to Geneva for a peace talks project. I don't want to. It's okay, little fish. Your cat food won't run out.
We're holding this meeting today for two things. First, the Far Shore Group project has completed its initial coordination. Mr. Su is very pleased with our translation quality. Project bonuses will be paid out next month. Second, about updating employee resume information. HR policy requires all skills information to be accurate and complete. If anything is missing, please update it this week.
Mr. He, I have a question.
Go ahead.
If an employee deliberately hides their skills, causing the company to make mistakes in staffing decisions, would that count as a violation? Without knowing, the company loses a lot of valuable manpower. That kind of behavior. Blame it all on.
Enough.
Team Leader Smith. You mean me, right? No need to beat around the bush.
So what if I did?
Yes. Only listed English on my resume. My position requires English. I've always handled English translations. Never made a mistake.
The company pays well to hire people for the German, French, and Japanese teams. You know those languages, yet kept them hidden.
Isn't that hurting the company's interests?
Team Leader Shane, you're just if I can do everyone's job on my own, then where does that leave you?
Fine. Then let me ask you something else. Mr. Howard, the bonus for the Far Shore project is split among the project team, right? Snow only joined as a temporary member. She shouldn't get the full amount.
This Rulon has a point. Fawn Shui did join midway.
I specifically asked for her.
Mr. Su, what brings you here?
I came to deliver the contract. I was passing by. At the meeting with the UAE client. She used Arabic to win me an extra 8 million in profit. How your company splits the bonus is up to you. But I suggest you figure out who the key person on this project really is. And there's a clause in this contract. All future translation coordination for Far Reach will be handled by Snowfong, as I designate. If she's no longer with Grand Union, this contract automatically becomes void.
Mr. Su, you mean?
I made myself clear. Contract is worth 1.2 billion a year. Fiona Snow will handle the translation. If you replace her, the contract is void.
Fiona Snow, starting today, you're no longer in an entry-level role.
Then what am I?
Deputy Director of Translation. We'll discuss the salary in private.
Mr. River. She's only been here 3 years. I've been here 7.
Deep Orchid, sit down. This is the company's decision.
In French, you deserve a better position.
She speaks 8 languages. She made 5 grand a month for 3 years. Was she stupid? Didn't you see Inkstone Boat's contract? It specifically offered her 120 million. Deep Orchid's face looks amazing. I mean her complexion. I'm talking about the color.
You understood that French line?
Yeah, I did.
So what do you think? No rush. Take your time.
Fiona Snow. You're Deputy Director now. Deputy Director Fiona Snow. Deputy Director Snow. I'm treating you to hot pot.
Don't get worked up yet. Deputy Director won't be easy.
Why not?
Because Serena Shin won't let this go.
Fiona Fong. We need to talk. You've been hiding for 3 years. Now that you're exposed, do you think life will be easy from now on?
Are you threatening me?
I'm warning you. The translation department's connections, client relationships, and internal resources are all in my hands. You're just a newcomer who got promoted. You can't handle any of it.
What are you trying to say?
I run the department. You handle the business. We both get what we want.
What if I say no?
If you say no, then I'll show you that in this company, talent isn't all that matters.
So Fong, how's your French?
I can get by.
What do you mean, get by? Can you handle brand-level French translation?
Yes.
Great. So you took this project too? Really? That's great. Fiona from our translation department is truly outstanding. Ha ha ha. All right. Ha ha ha. Face no. The French side is pleased. They added a 3 million project. Your bonus this month. I'll approve it personally.
Thank you, Mr. He.
Face no. You really speak 8 languages? Do you know how rare someone like you is in the translation industry?
I do.
Then why did you? Forget it. There's something I need to tell you. Shinrulin dislikes you. She's brought it up to me several times. You'd better be careful. She has some connections at the company.
Mr. Lei. About you and Shinrulin.
What about it?
It's nothing.
Feng Shui. There's nothing between Shinrulin and me like you think. She became team leader because she's been here a long time and knows the business well. That's all.
People's hearts are really interesting things.
Miss Fawn, this is the desk Mr. Su asked me to prepare for you.
This is too big. I'm here to coordinate translation work.
Mr. Su said we had to give you the best. Faye. Do you speak Korean?
Yeah.
What can't you do?
I can't cook.
Faye. Come on, Miles.
Mr. Sterling.
800,000 a year. Deputy Director of International Business. The job reports directly to me.
$800,000. My current salary, plus project bonuses, is about $150,000. I still.
You don't need to answer right now. But you should know. Multitude can't keep you.
Farshore Group's attitude is far better than multitudes.
Face no.
What is it? What's wrong?
Shinrulin and he phone reported you.
Reported me for what?
She says when translating in Far State, you leaked Metropolis City's internal pricing strategy without permission.
She's making false accusations.
I know. But she has evidence.
What evidence?
She said she found a file on your computer. It was screenshots of your chat with Evan Su's assistant, Frank Fang. They mentioned an internal price drop at Grand Union.
There's no such file on my computer.
She said there was, and she showed it to Henry He. Henry told you to explain yourself in his office tomorrow morning.
That so-called chat record
Was forged. I took a quick look at it. The chat was timestamped 2 p.m. last Wednesday. But last Wednesday afternoon, you were at the company's weekly department meeting. Everyone can vouch for that.
Then how did she?
Oh. She changed chat time. She edited it. But she forgot one thing. There's a battery indicator in the top right corner of the screenshot. That battery percentage. It doesn't match your phone's interface. You use a domestic brand phone. That screenshot is from an iPhone.
Sharon used her own phone to take the screenshot. Then pasted in my profile picture and name. Becky. I need a
Of course. Anything for you.
You work in administration. Can you pull up last Wednesday afternoon's attendance records and meeting room logs?
Yes.
I can pull them up. Also, Shinrulin's expense records. Those 17 hotel stays. Do you have them?
Yes. Well, you're finally going to use them.
Not to attack her. To protect myself. If she bites me. I need Mr. He to know. She can't be trusted.
Understood.
Feng Shui. Shinrulin reported you unauthorizedly leaked pricing strategy to Yuan Zhou. This is the evidence she provided. What do you have to say?
These screenshots are fake.
Of course you'd say that.
I can prove it. These are all the chats between Faraway and me on work chat. There are server backups and timestamps.
The times don't match. Orchid's screenshots show chat at 2 p.m. Wednesday. But the server records show you two had no conversations during that time.
She may have deleted work chat, but the server has backups. Even if it's deleted on the employee's end, the server keeps it. From 2 to 4 p.m. last Wednesday. I'm at the translation department's weekly meeting. And the phone in this screenshot is running iOS. I use Android. Team leader Shin, yours is an iPhone, right?
That proves nothing.
I've worked here for 3 years. The IT department's device registration records show. I've never used an iPhone.
Those screenshots were never on my computer, because you made them yourself.
Orchid. What else do you have to say?
Mr. Ray, say something.
Rose. You've gone too far this time. You fabricated evidence and accused a coworker. That's a serious violation. Rose Shin. You're removed as team leader, effective immediately. Your annual rating will be lowered by 1 level.
Are you happy now, Faye?
Sharon. From start to finish, you're the one picking on me. I've never gone after you.
Just by existing. You're provoking me. You speak 8 languages. You hid it for 3 years. What a joke.
Faye. As for your situation, I should have valued you sooner. The company let you down.
What's done is done.
Deputy director position stays, salary raised to 250,000 a year. As for the Yuanzhou project bonus, it'll be calculated separately.
Okay.
One more thing. Has Evan Stone been trying to recruit you?
He mentioned it.
What do you think?
I'm still at Vanguard. He knows he can't keep me. The whole company knows they can't keep me. But I'm not ready to leave yet.
Excuse me, are you Snowfong?
I am.
Hi, I'm Lana Cole, a producer at Radiant Media. We'd like to work with you.
How did you find me?
Through industry referrals. Your recent Distant Voyage and French brand projects. It's drawn some attention in the industry.
What kind of project is it?
A documentary about countries along the Silk Road. It needs to cover 5 languages. We contacted 3 companies, but none could do it. Then someone told. There's a girl at All People who speaks 8 languages.
Who told you that?
Julian Shaw. He's one of the investors in this project.
How much is consulting fee for this project?
$200,000 a month, or about 3 months.
Heh. Mr. Lang, I need time to think it over.
This project starts next month, filming in the Middle East and Europe. If you take it, you'll need to travel for 2 months.
A Zurich bank account, a Munich property, and a small apartment in Paris's 16th district, worth nearly 50 million yuan in total. My dad used to say, if you can understand a native language, you can understand their heart. My mom always said language is the best bridge. They put every language in the world into my blood. Then they left. Every time I speak a language, I think of them, and I don't want to unlock those memories.
Mr. Cole from China Film contacted you.
He did. Why introduce me to him?
Because you need to move on.
You don't know me.
I know your parents were diplomats. I know your background.
You looked into me.
Before I decide who to work with, I get to know them. Snow, your parents were remarkable people. You don't need to hide from their shadow by shutting yourself away. Check out China Film's projects. See their Silk Road project, the route your parents once traveled. Maybe it's time you traveled it too.
Mr. River, I need to take 2 months off.
For what?
A documentary wants me as a translation consultant. I'm needed in the Middle East and Europe.
2 months? Far Boats project?
I've finished all translations for Far Boat's second phase. Phase 2 won't begin until 3 months from now.
Are you quitting?
Humph. I just want to take some leave, Mr. He. I'll come back.
Fine. I'll approve 2 months. Fawn Snow. Your position will still be here when you return.
Thank you, Mr. He.
Fong Snow. You're going on a business trip. How long will you be gone?
2 months.
You know, when I started here 7 years ago, I spoke 1 language too. Then I learned German on the job and got my CI certification. I worked my way up from intern to team leader. Thought I worked hard.
You really did.
But you didn't have to do anything, and you're already above me. 8 languages. How'd you pull that off?
My parents. They gave their lives for it. This is the last time we'll talk in this building. You're on this flight too.
Farboat does business in Dubai. Your documentary project. Dubai is the first stop. What a coincidence.
It really is. Business class is pretty empty. Why are you sitting here?
I've flown business class too much. I wanted to try economy. The inheritance your parents left you.
You know about that too?
Attorney Wong, whose firm worked with ours, mentioned a client who refused to take an inheritance. It's a small industry.
So the whole world knows.
Not the whole world. I'm the only one who cares.
Eight languages. A 50 million inheritance. 3 years of silence. I don't know where this journey will take me. But I finally started walking.
You're Snow Fawn, the one who speaks 8 languages? Come on, translate something first. Let me see.
In Arabic, the heart of every conversation is time. In Arabic, time is the beginning of all things.
Alright, this one. Better than those 3 translation firms put together.
You're Chinese. Your Arabic accent sounds like you learned it in Cairo.
Yes, I lived in Cairo as a child.
The Cairo Arabic accent. It carries the Nile's gentle breeze. It's beautiful.
A tourist buys an old silver ornament. The ancient Silk Road lives on in another way. Through objects that crossed mountains and seas. No longer just goods, but tokens of cultural exchange. Telling of a connection and friendship that have never been broken for thousands of years. What an important thing my parents were doing back then. Such an important thing. Such an important thing. Hello?
Have you eaten?
I'm eating now.
Food in Dubai doesn't really suit Chinese tastes. If you want Chinese food, there's a Sichuan hot pot place on the street by Jumeirah Beach.
Mr. Su, why are you telling me this?
I care about you.
I don't need your concern, thanks.
Fine, I won't care. Bye. Who was that, senior?
My boyfriend. A client.
A client.
Customers ask if you've eaten.
Nosy customers.
Customer.
Yeah. Customer.
Customers ask if eaten.
Nosy customers.
The Silk Road wasn't just one road. People speaking different languages sat together. They used goods to build trust.
People speaking different languages sat together, trading goods for trust. My dad said the same thing. Almost word for word.
After you left, the company cut the French and Spanish teams. Because Ethan said you alone were enough. 7 people lost their jobs because of you. Happy now?
Fiona. Fiona, don't believe Serena's nonsense. The French and Spanish layoffs had nothing to do with you. She's just trying to upset you.
I know.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Come back. I can't afford to keep you anymore.
Thank you for flying with Lufthansa.
Berlin. The documentary's third stop. I lived here for a year when I was 12.
In Berlin, there's a private collector who has collected a batch of Ming Dynasty porcelain.
They say it arrived in Europe via the Silk Road. The owner of this collection is...
These porcelains belong to a Chinese diplomat. He died 5 years ago. His daughter inherited the collection. But she's never shown herself.
What was the diplomat's name?
Fang Xiaohuan.
Fong Chaochuan was my father's name. Where are these porcelains now?
As far as I know, they're in a private warehouse in Berlin. The storage fees have been covered by a Swiss law firm for 5 years.
Attorney Wang, besides money and property, my father left this too? No idea. He never told me. You're in Berlin?
Yeah. What's wrong? You sound off.
I'm fine.
I'm in Berlin. Flew in this afternoon, if you're free.
Why do you always show up wherever I am?
Because Mr. Lane has schedule. This is a project I invested in. I have the right to see the schedule.
That's not stalking.
It's keeping an eye on you. Not stalking.
I found some things my dad left behind, Ming and Qing porcelain, in a warehouse in Berlin. I had no idea before.
Want me to go take a look with you?
Okay. Traveling with Little Snow. 2008. That year, I was 8.
Waiting for my dad.
After we checked out this stall, we'd go.
I don't remember it at all. But my dad does. Not only does he remember, he bought these things and kept them in this warehouse, saving them for me until I came back for them. I thought if I stayed away from those memories, I could pretend my parents never left. But they've always been there. In every language, on every label. In the story behind every piece of porcelain.
Your father was an incredible man.
I know.
Then you should become someone great. Instead of locking yourself into a desk job that pays $5,000 a month.
Attorney King, I'll handle estate.
Miss Fields, you finally.
Zurich accounts and properties. Donate them as planned. Keep the Berlin porcelain.
Understood. That's wonderful.
One more thing. Did my dad leave me any letters or documents? Not legal papers, personal ones.
There is a letter. He specified that it be given to his daughter when she came to collect the porcelain.
Please give me the letter.
Snow. If you're reading this letter, it means your mother and I are gone. After we're gone, you'll probably lock those languages away too, because every language carries our stories.
Mom. Dad.
But, Snow, your mother spent her life building bridges, and I spent mine planting seeds. You will too.
Ah.
Don't hide yourself in the dark. Shine, then go do what you're meant to do. Dad will always love you.
Dad. My dad was right. Language isn't a shackle. It's wings.
Snow Fong. You did 5 translation teams work alone. I made documentaries for 30 years. I've never met anyone like you. Without you, this documentary would have cost at least 2 million more in translation fees.
Feng Shui Jing.
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone. Bailey.
Welcome back.
Meow.
He's gotten so fat.
He wanted to eat, couldn't stop him.
Meow.
Fanxue, the head of translation position is open. You can take this position.
What's the annual salary?
Ha ha ha. 350,000.
Okay. So, starting from an entry-level job paying $5,000 a month. In less than 6 months, I became head of the translation department. I know many of you have questions about me.
Someone who hid away for 3 years. Why does she get to be director overnight?
I won't explain myself. Starting today, we'll let results speak. I'll personally proofread everyone's translations. I have only one standard: accuracy. If you can't, I'll teach you.
She's so strict.
Translation isn't a word game. In a trade contract, one wrong number can cost tens of millions. Being strict is the bare minimum. Always strive for perfection, work hard and grow stronger.
Director Fong, can you really speak 8 languages?
Hum.
Can you teach me? I want to learn French.
Sure. I'll tutor for half an hour after work every day.
That's great.
The next day, 5 people signed up to learn languages with me. In 1 month, the translation department's quality improved significantly. Watch this verb change. It's where people make the most mistakes in business negotiations.
Director Fon, congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you.
350,000. I told you before, I'd offer you 800,000.
I know.
You're still not considering it.
Not for now. But thank you for all your help. Your calling card, Brilliant Shadows project, that day in Berlin.
No need for thanks. I wasn't doing you a favor.
Then what was it?
Something I wanted to do. Are you free this weekend?
For what?
Dinner.
Sure.
This Japanese place has the best sashimi in town. I quit learning French halfway through. Grammar feels like a maze.
French grammar is the most logical.
Teach me.
Mr. Su, you took me out to dinner. So I'd teach you French?
No. I took you out because I wanted to see you. Snow, I'm pretty straightforward. Ever since that day in Berlin. Or maybe even earlier. From the day you first spoke German at Far Reach. I knew you were someone I didn't want to miss.
Evan Su, you're the CEO of Far Reach Group. I'm the head of translation at Grandview. We come from different worlds.
But in my world, there's only you now.
You really are.
What?
Too blunt.
You don't like it?
I didn't say that.
I'm going to South Korea on a business trip for a week tomorrow.
Okay.
Will you miss me too?
No.
You're lying.
Dien dien. Don't look at me like that. It probably means you're done for.
Xiao Xue, you're Zhao Chuan's daughter, Xiao Xue.
Uncle Lu, I saw you on TV.
A translator fluent in 5 languages. Snow. Your parents must be so proud of you in heaven. You're Arabic. Your dad's Cairo accent. I recognized it right away. Snow.
Before your dad passed, he told me something.
What did he say?
He said Snow would be a better bridge than me.
A better bridge.
I watched the documentary. Your translation wasn't just words, you conveyed the emotion.
My dad used to say, if you understand someone's native language, you can understand their heart.
You did that. Snowbound Horizons is setting up an international cultural exchange department next year for cross-border cultural projects. I need someone to lead it.
You're trying to poach me again.
I'm not poaching you. I'm creating a position for you. You're meant for more than translation. Translation is a tool. Use it to do something bigger. Your dad's porcelain collection could become an exhibit, Chinese porcelain on the Silk Road. Use your 8 languages to tell the whole world about.
What's the annual salary?
Name your price.
You're very rich, but I don't want to take advantage of you.
Then I'll take advantage of you.
What?
Be my girlfriend. No salary needed.
Evan Hayes.
Just kidding. $1 million a year plus project bonuses. But the girlfriend part, I mean it. I'm serious.
I'll think about it.
The job or being my girlfriend?
I need to think about both.
I'll give you 3 days.
1 week.
5 days.
Deal. I gave you my answer 2 days later. I said yes to both.
Snow, you're the most underrated employee in Myriad's history.
Mr. What, you gave me the chance.
You earned that chance yourself. Come to think of it, what I said in German at the annual meeting. You understood it then, didn't you? A 70% raise.
I get it. It was worth it.
Then why didn't you? Why didn't you? Never mind. I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Ms. Foster, you speak 8 languages fluently, but I heard you worked as a junior translator at a trading company for 3 years, making only $5,000 a month. Why hide your abilities?
Because I was running away. Every language is tied to memories of my parents. I thought hiding them would make the pain go away. But later, I realized. A language doesn't disappear because you don't speak it. It's in your blood, waiting to be spoken.
What finally made you speak up?
A letter my dad wrote. He said, "Shine. Then go do what you're meant to do." What are you doing here?
I saw it on the news. Your dad's collection is beautiful. Snow Fawn, I owe you an apology. I was jealous of you. I've been jealous since the first day you spoke German. It took me 7 years to become team leader. You didn't have to do anything, and you were already above me. I couldn't accept that.
So you chose to frame me.
Yes. And then I got what I deserved. After leaving Beyond the Crowd Translations, you heard about that German contract, right? You used to help revise my work. I never knew my true level until you were gone.
Orchid, your hard work wasn't for nothing. You just chose the wrong side, the wrong direction sometimes.
You don't hate me?
It's in the past.
You've really changed.
I used to be afraid to face myself.
The exhibition was great. Your dad must be proud.
Tired?
A little.
Don't get used to carrying everything alone. This isn't a proposal. Don't panic. Custom made because you said your dad told you. You were that bridge.
Wait. These are 9 languages.
Yeah. The 9th one is Russian. I studied it for 3 months. And only learned one phrase. I love you.
Evan Stone, Miles Rivers.
What?
You're smooth.
Only with you. Annual salary should go up this year.
How much?
You tell me.
$1. A dollar?
Seriously.
Use the rest to set up a scholarship. To support young people studying languages. Name it after my parents.
Okay. The Felix Lin and Ruby Lin Language Scholarship.
How do you know my mom's name?
I'm your husband. Of course I know your mom's name.
Back then, I spoke 8 languages fluently, made $5,000 a month, had a cat, turned down a $50 million inheritance and hid in the darkest corner. I thought if I stayed silent, it wouldn't hurt. My dad wrote in his letter, "Shine." It took me time to learn how to shine. But I'm glad I did. May we all shine in our own lives.